we are now a third of the way into the NFL season, and we're finally starting to see how the NFL's concrete is starting to set. There's teams that we recognize that are good. There's like 3 of them, and there are teams that we recognize that are bad. There's like 29 of them. Like, I don't know what, like, we're going to get to the NFC champ or to the conference championship games this season, and we're still going to be looking at teams that are just like, do these guys really deserve to be here? So get ready for that. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Haymakers Prediction Podcast. I'm Nikki V. I'm joined by Voice of Reason once again. Oh man, this season is fucking wild.
Chaos reigns.
Hail to the chaos. Speaking of chaos, did the coin kick our ass again?
Let me have a look. Yeah, by 1.
Okay.
Well, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. The coin picked a lot of the. I'm just trying to think because I had a lot. I pretty much had every single late game win. I had.
Yeah, you got smoked in. You got smoked in the early games.
Oh my god, yeah, I think. Well, again, the 2 of the games were actually really good. Ravens, Giants, Jaguars, Colts. Both those games came down to the wire.
Mm-hmm. Like I wasn't that much better, but I got a couple W. I got one more than.
Yeah.
So I can't really say much.
Yeah, but I was the only one of us who picked the Bengals over the Saints.
Right. You were also the only one to pick the Rams over the Panthers, and I feel like that really calls into question my intelligence.
Well, I mean, the coin beat our asses when they picked the Steelers.
Right, right. Why did I pick the Panthers? Oh my god.
I don't know. Maybe you saw that. Maybe you saw a vulnerability in the Rams, and you thought they could exploit it. But it's the Panthers. They're
with the power of PJ Walker and Jacob Eason.
They're quite possibly the worst team in football right now.
It's a safe bet.
I'm not saying a lot when you still have the Texans and the Commanders.
The Texans, the Commanders, the Bears, the Broncos, like there's so many bad teams in this league right now. I've been watching football for 25 years now, and I have never seen this much bad football. It is bizarre.
Yeah. But speaking of bad football, let's talk about our winners and losers for the week.
All right. You want to go first?
Yeah. I'll start with my loser for the week, and I'm so happy to put this on here. It's the Green Bay Packers.
Oh my god. Do you think that the Broncos still want to trade for Aaron Rodgers?
I don't.
Because at this point, I don't even know if that's an improvement.
I'm gonna say it. The veteran quarterbacks, with the exception of one, look gassed.
Yeah, like Rodgers looks cooked. Russell Wilson is hard cooked. Brady is finally looking mortal. Matt Ryan looked good this week, but like he turns off and on like a light switch.
Yeah.
Like, who's the only veteran that you were talking about?
Matt Ryan.
Oh, okay.
He was the only one that actually looked good.
Right.
Again, among the actual like starting quarterbacks, again, just looking at actually, I'm just gonna quick look at Stafford's stats. I mean, he was okay. He was all right. He only threw one passing touchdown.
But against the Panthers, that should be 3.
Yeah.
Like, unless he got pulled at halftime, like it should be 3 minimum.
Yeah, this was a game for all the very young and up and coming quarterbacks. Although we're starting to see a little bit more of a like a resurgence of the running back now.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, are we back in 2007, 2008 when like the face of the league is LaDainian Tomlinson?
Who knows?
That's kind of neat.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe there is a turn. There could be a turnaround. But again, it's a vague bit. But again, back on the Packers. Good God, I at least expected this game to be a little bit close, as far as as far as the teams. I mean, it was looking like a very defense heavy game between both the Jets and the Packers.
Mm-hmm.
But then the Jets defense just absolutely destroyed that offensive line.
Dude, Sauce Gardner is the next freaking Darrell Revis.
Yep, they found their shutdown corner.
Like, he got the sauce.
Yeah, just looking at one in fantasy. Just double checking the stats on the Jets, because I did pick them up just for this coming week, because the Bills do have a bye. Just looking at their stats: 4 sacks, 1 fumble recovery for a touchdown, and 2 blocked kicks. One was a punt, and one was a punt, and one was a field goal.
That is wild. I can't remember the last time I saw a game with multiple blocked punts, or blocked kicks, rather.
Yeah, and on both sides. But again,
Yeah.
Packers look defeated. It's time to hit the panic button.
Yeah. PANIC. Panic.
Yeah. Who's your loser?
Let's see here. My loser for the week is the Cleveland Browns, because they made Bailey Zappi look like the next Tom Brady. Okay, so we all knew going into the season that the first 2/3 of the year, the Browns were going to struggle offensively through the air. Like, we all knew that was going to be a thing. But we also knew that they had a badass running game and a really good defense.
Yep.
Where is that defense? Why did they just give up 38 points to a 4th-round rookie?
I don't know.
Like, why is Kareem Hunt only getting 4 carries? Like, why is Jacoby Brissett throwing 45 times in a game? I wouldn't trust him with more than 25.
I'm not Stefanski, and I'm not Joe Woods, but there have been calls for Joe Woods to get fired. I'm not sure if that. And again, I've been listening to Cleveland radio. I don't think it's going to help.
I mean, they're 2-4, and they're still 5 weeks out from Deshaun coming in and fixing all of their problems.
Well, that's assuming he doesn't get charged again because did you hear about the newest thing that just popped up?
Behind door number 26.
Yep, there was one that came out. And again, this was the latest one of December of 2020.
You know, I was willing to give him a pass after 25 sexual assault charges, but the 26th time, this is where I'm drawing the line. Yeah, so he might end up losing whatever season he had. So that's, yeah, the Browns are pretty much screwed. Like I said this a while back, but if they get to if they get to when Deshaun is slated to come back, which I think is week 12, and they're like 3-8 or 4-7, they might just say, you know what, we're not risking our $250 million serial rapist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any case, who's your winner for the week?
My winner for the week. Hang on 1 second. I gotta go back. My winner for the week is the Steelers, because so Kenny Pickett goes down with, I believe it was a concussion.
Yes, a head injury.
Yeah, some kind of head injury. Which, wow, NFL's starting to take a little seriously. What? Wow. What is this future I'm living in? Is this space? But so yeah, the Steelers, like, they have to bring back Mitch Kissintitties, and like, he comes in, and I'm not gonna say he leads them to a victory, but he helped get them there. So
yeah. Just looking at the stats, at least on the outside. Again, both teams had 2 sacks allowed. Again, the stat line was about even the whole way. although Tampa had a little bit more as far as passing yards, but
Sure.
yeah, the Steelers managed to come out with a surprise victory over Tom Brady.
Yeah. Yeah, this is like the first time in God knows how many years that Tom Brady's lost to Pittsburgh. But
Mm-hmm.
like maybe still a little early for Kenny Pickett, you know? Maybe Mitch still has something. I don't know.
I don't
Also,
know.
I heard he got benched back in week 4 or whatever it was, back in the Jets game because he got into a freaking argument with Deontay Johnson. Yeah, I think it was Deontay Johnson.
What with Kenny Pickett?
No, Trubisky.
No, no. I thought they benched. I thought they benched him so Pickett gets some yardage, get some actual experience in.
Well, was that the game that he came in at halftime for?
I believe so. Yes, and the
Oh,
first and the then his first throw was an interception.
right.
But anyway, my winner of the week. I can't believe I'm actually saying this. The Atlanta Falcons.
They got something going over there. Like they have the worst roster in the league, and they are, I believe, in a tiebreaker for the top of the NFC South.
Yeah, I mean they're again. I think they're second. I believe they're second. I have to double check their.
I mean, the Saints are bad, and the Panthers are, you know.
Yeah, but yeah, amazing how they just a 2-score game against the San Francisco 49ers. Granted, San Francisco is aching. They're aching for acres right now. They are beyond hurt.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, yeah, their top running back was Jeffrey Wilson, who went 7 for 25.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and Brendan Ayuk was basically the sole. Brendan Ayuk and George Kittle were the sole people who to get passing yards.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, Falcons somehow came away with the win. Their leading receiver was Olamide Zacchaeus, and he didn't even score the touchdowns. It was Kyle Pitts and
Mm-hmm.
McCole
Finally.
Pruitt and McCole Pruitt.
Isn't he their fullback?
I believe so.
Also, I think you might just like saying Olameda's name because I think you've said it 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, it is a really fun name to say. And I think they also got a defensive touchdown, but I forget. I'm not sure which guy got it. Might have been
Jalen Hawkins.
Yes, he got the pick six.
Fumble recovery in the end zone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Also, Mariota, like only one completion all game.
yeah, 13 for 14. Yeah, he almost had a perfect game.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't on a ton of touches, but like by the third quarter, they were up 2 scores, so they don't really need him to throw it.
Right.
Like
Plus Mariota got the sole rushing touchdown.
Right, but like, you know, they've got they had 3 rushers with 50 rushing yards in that game. They can ground and pound.
Yeah, I think a lot of teams are going back to that. Giants, Jets, Falcons, a little
Patriots,
bit.
Ramondre Stevenson.
Oh my God, yeah. Oh, that's gonna be. I'm looking forward to Week 8 to see when the Pats come to MetLife.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But of course, we have this week.
Return to tradition.
Yes, and for the buys this week are the Bills, the Rams, the Vikings, and the Eagles.
All pretty good teams.
It sans the Rams.
Right. The Rams are kind of mid this year, but everyone else, like, I think have at least 5 wins. So
yeah. All right, and by the way, we're doing the coin live as soon as I get the quarter out, if I can find it.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. American quarter. All right, first game up. Thursday night game, Saints taking on the Cardinals, and this is the game that D-Hop is coming back.
The string of terrible Amazon Prime games will continue until morale improves.
I don't know. Who knows? Maybe this will surprise because again, Hollywood Brown's out for the season, and Robbie Anderson did get traded to the Cardinals.
Yeah, noted locker room ray of sunshine, Robbie Anderson.
I bet he misses. I bet he misses being on the Jets.
Oh my God. When you pine for the days of being on the Jets, we have reached the darkest timeline. But yeah, they're getting D-Hop back. They've got Robbie Anderson. Ugh, man. And at this point, the Saints, they're starting to kind of get their shit together. Kinda. Like they were close against the Bengals. You know, like they were leading until pretty late. So seems like the Saints just having trouble closing out games, and that's going to happen when you have Andy Dalton as your quarterback, and also like your defense is kind of trash.
Right. The only thing to really just worry about is that Saints are still hurt because there's, I believe, I'm just looking at a recent tweet here. It looks like Lattimore, Michael Thomas, and Jarvis Landry have not practiced for the last 2 days. So they might actually be doubtful for the game.
That's pretty bad. That is pretty bad. But that being said, like I'm just not ready to trust these Cardinals. Like Kyler Murray is still a cheat code, but like right now he's the only thing that's keeping that Cardinals team together.
Yeah, same.
They sure aren't getting anywhere with their coaching.
Yeah, that's why I'm also picking the Saints in this one. I think they'll stick mostly to the run, and definitely get Taysom Hill more involved, especially on those sub plays. But let's see what the coin says.
Mm-hmm.
The coin has picked the Cardinals.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. Like the like I do like that the Saints are starting to figure out how to actually use Taysom Hill, because like it seemed like for a while there, particularly when Jameis was in at quarterback, they didn't know exactly how to utilize him properly. But ever since Dalton's come in, I feel like it's starting to come together a little better.
Yeah, according to DraftKings, it is a 1-point split.
Yeah.
In favor of the Cardinals for some reason.
I mean, both of these teams are below mid, so like there's not really a favorite in this game, just a lesser midly team.
All right, next game, 1:00 game. This is an AFC North matchup. Browns taking on the Ravens.
Okay. Kind of breaking news about the Ravens. They just signed Deshaun Jackson to their practice squad because they are literally like name one of their receivers.
Duvernay? Well, Duvernay.
Oh yeah, Devin Duvernay. Yeah, sure.
Devin Duvernay and their go-to, who's not even a wide receiver. It's freaking Mark
Andrews. Yeah, Mark Andrews. Yeah.
Is Rashad Bateman getting any catches?
That's a thing that's worth looking up, I suppose. All right, their leading receiver right now is...
Or is he hurt?
It's still Mark Andrews.
I don't see him on the depth. I don't see him on the receiving list. Because they're other...
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Rashad Bateman is their second leading receiver right now, and it's not really close. It's pretty far back from Andrews. Andrews has 455. Bateman has 243, and Duvernay has 240.
Yeah, the second leading receiver against the Giants was Isaiah Likely. He got 30 yards.
Hey, man. The Ravens are... I've been saying this since the draft. The Ravens are going to be bringing out a revolutionary new 5 tight end setup. Like, They drafted like 3 tight ends this draft after already having like the best tight end in the league.
Hmm.
Like they've got a tight end for everything.
Yeah. So, excuse me. So, Ravens got embarrassed, and actually technically both teams did, but at least one is a little bit more understandable.
Right. Yeah. The Giants are a team that can, be reckoned with this week or this season. And the Browns, well, we talked about them earlier, and I don't know when they're going to get better. It's going to be a while.
Yeah. That's why I'm gonna take the Ravens this week over the Browns.
Hmm.
They
Yeah.
I don't think they'll perform a little bit better on their home turf.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like the Ravens just feel more trustworthy than the Browns right now. Like I feel like the Browns are on the verge of just completely collapsing.
Don't tell the coin that
The coin picked the Browns.
the coin has picked the Browns.
Ha ha. Then again, we have laughed at the coin before, and it's blown up in our face.
Mm-hmm.
So
All right, moving on.
maybe the coin knows all.
Who knows? All right, next game. This is currently the highest spread on DraftKings at -10. Buccaneers taking on the Panthers.
Oh my God. You know, earlier this season, I did a bet on who was going to have the fewest wins this season, and I was thinking your standard teams, your Falcons, whoops, they're good. The Seahawks, whoops, they're good. The Texans, oh good, they're still shit. And here I naively thought that the Panthers were going to turn a corner with Baker Mayfield.
I think I still had them going 5-12.
That would be an improvement. That would be an improvement on where they are at right now. And granted, firing Matt Rule is only going to improve those odds, but until they have somebody who's not PJ Walker or Jacob Eason starting for them, they got problems.
Yeah, they're selling off they're pretty much selling off their players. I think because again, we just mentioned earlier that Robbie Anderson went to the Panthers for pretty much nothing.
The Cardinals.
Cardinals, yes, went to the Cardinals for
Yeah,
pretty much nothing.
I think it was a 6th and a 7th.
Yeah,
But
in
like that's
2024 and
that's
2025.
that whole thing stems from the fact that he got into an argument with his interim head coach Steve Wilkes. So
Yeah.
that's bad. That's a bad look. That
Mm,
probably hurt his draft or trade value.
almost,
But
almost certainly.
but yeah, and also Christian McCaffrey is perennially on the trade block. It seems like I saw a thing that said it would take multiple first round picks to move him, and once they do that, they are fully and completely in like tank mode.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think who would want to go after McCaffrey for a couple first rounders. I mean, the first one I can think of is maybe the Rams, because
Maybe the Rams. Yeah.
I know Akers is on the trade block.
Mm-hmm. Like he might even be involved in that deal. The Bills are another one that come to mind. Like there have been talks with the Bills.
Possibly just one more strong addition. I mean they already have like Singletary and who's their other guy? Moss.
Zach Moss, yeah, but like Christian McCaffrey, when healthy, like puts them over the top.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you have Christian McCaffrey in addition to Stephon Diggs and Gabriel Davis and Dawson Knox and their current running backs, provided that the running backs aren't part of the deal. Like that is undisputably the best offense in the league.
Yeah. Uh, so if the Panthers somehow win, the coin gets a lot of money.
Yeah, I would imagine. And you know what? Considering how like mortal Tom Brady has looked these last few weeks, I don't think it would be that much of a shock. In fact, I might take the Panthers plus the points, but I'm not crazy.
No.
I'm taking the Bucks.
All right. Moving on.
But that being said, I'm not at this stage in his career. I'm not taking. I'm not expecting Tom Brady to beat anybody by 11 points.
Right. All right. Moving on. Next game on the docket. Falcons taking on the Bengals. Both teams look pretty good. Falcons showing utter dominant. Pretty again, as I mentioned earlier. Great showing against an injury-riddled 49ers team. And the Bengals, I think, are starting to show their stride now.
Yeah, the Bengals, they know how to get it done. They know how to capitalize on when a team lets them back into games. It seems like.
Right. The only exception was again the Ravens in week 5.
Right, but that was its own can of worms.
Yeah, because Mr. Automatic, who's currently not, who apparently is currently mortal.
Evan McPherson?
No, I'm talking about Justin Tucker.
Oh, Justin Tucker missed a field goal.
Did you hear that thunk?
Oh my God! It sounded like he was trying to kick through the upright. Not through the uprights, through the upright.
There was a silence as when the kick hit the post.
You know you've reached goated status when you miss a 56-yard field goal and people can't believe it.
Don't worry, he kicked the next couple field goals.
Yeah, sure, because he's Justin Tucker and he's a daddy, but come on. It's a 56-yard field goal. He's allowed to miss one.
No, he's perfect. He has to remain perfect.
Yeah, well, part of the thing was they lost by more than a field goal, so it wasn't a game-deciding field goal. So
right
there you go.
But anyway, back to the Falcons-Bengals game. This is going to be probably a more offensive. This is probably going to be an offensive matchup. I doubt it's going to be a quarterback duel. I think it's going to be
right.
I think it's going to come down to the Falcons' run game versus the Bengals' pass game.
Right.
And
yeah,
Bengals have the better pass game. They're going to win.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try for an upset here. I think the Bengals are really streaky. All right, they are on 1 week, or not, I guess not streaky is not the right word, but they're very inconsistent. They'll be on 1 week and then just look completely outmatched the next. So I think I'm going to put my money on the Falcons.
All right. The line -6 in favor of the Bengals, and the coin is agreeing with you.
Mm-hmm. Good with that.
All right, moving on. If this was maybe earlier in the year, I might say this is going to be a great matchup. Yet not anymore. Lions taking on the Cowboys.
All right, so now hang on. The Lions have just had their bye week. They're likely going to be getting. Let me see here. Are they going to be getting their big guys back? Oh wait, I can check. They're both on my fantasy team. Haha.
Yeah, I got Swift and St. Brown.
Amon-Ra, yeah, I got both them too. Haha. So Amon-Ra St. Brown has no injury tag, so he should be good. DeAndre Swift is questionable, but let's see here, still hasn't practiced.
I got DJ Chark, the number 2 guy.
He is questionable. I did see that earlier.
Yeah, I really hope they do come back because they desperately need them. Even if Jamal Williams and Hawkinson are picking up the slack, that loss to the Patriots
that was demoralizing.
Bad. Yeah,
and it kind of exposed Dan Campbell. He is a great rah-rah guy. The locker room clearly loves him, and the media clearly loves him because he's a soundbite machine. But the thing that we kind of forgot to check, is he a good head coach? Is the head coach of the Lions good at head coaching? And the answer to that might not be a yes.
Nah, it's a TBD, to be determined.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
I
up
again,
in the air.
I like the guy. I just
Absolutely.
and I think he's a good offensive minded head coach given, the past 4 games before the blowout.
Yeah, any head coach that says he's going to bite people's kneecaps off is a winner in my book.
Right.
Yeah. Also, Teddy just walked into the room, and I was trying to say that as out of context as possible to see if I can get a chuckle out of him. Didn't work.
Darn.
But I will get you.
Yeah, but they need defensive. They need a defensive mind. Oh, I won't say a defensive minded head coach, but they need a better defensive coordinator.
Absolutely. Like the Lions defensive coordinator is currently fielding the worst defense in the history of the NFL, so I would say that's a problem.
Mm.
Hang on, let me see here. Who is this poor sap who is not long for this job? Detroit Lions defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn. I remember him. He was a corner.
He was a what?
He was a corner for the Cowboys back in the day, I think.
Oh.
I think. Yeah. As a player, he was he was drafted by the Jets in the first round.
How long? What year was that?
94.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't have remembered.
Yeah. First round pick, 12th overall, spent 8 seasons with the Jets, and
geez,
then
8 seasons?
Yeah, from 94 to 01. And then I think he got picked up in the expansion draft when the Texans came around.
Yes, I remember that. Okay, I do remember Aaron Glenn.
Yeah, he spent 3 seasons with the Texans and then bounced around with the Cowboys, Jaguars, and Saints. I think I only remember the Cowboys one because I had I still sometimes play NFL 2K5 and Aaron Glenn's a Cowboy there. I think.
I do remember. I think I do remember him being my favorite defensive player on the 98 team.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, he's the defensive coordinator for the Lions this year, and he is doing a not good job.
No, he is. No, he is not. It's sad when Joe Barry is technically doing a better job in Green Bay than the Packers than the Lions are currently doing now.
Oh my God. That's bad times.
But in any case, I'm picking the Cowboys. They again close loss to the Eagles, but they still have an amazing defense.
Lions... Yeah. Oh, and by the way, lost in all of this, Dak Prescott's probably coming back in this game.
Yeah. That's he's gunning for it.
Yeah, he was trying to come back for the Eagles game, but they just missed it. But unfortunately, they still have Mike McCarthy, and unfortunately, he is still a goof.
Mm-hmm. But Coin is picking the Lions for the upset.
All right. If the Lions do get the win over the Cowboys, maybe this is the week that Mike McCarthy is finally fired.
Who are you taking?
Oh, I'm taking the Cowboys.
All right.
Until I see the Lions not literally give up 40 points a game, I'm taking the other team.
All right. Next, I think DraftKings might be drunk because I think they picked the wrong team to be the underdog. Giants taking on the Jaguars.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the 2-4 Jaguars are 3-point favorites against the 5-1 top 5 team in the league right now, New York Giants. Normally, when did the media start biasing towards Jacksonville?
I don't...
I'm almost tempted to say that this screams Vegas knows something we don't.
I don't know. I honestly have no idea what they know. I mean, the Giants are Giants are the best I've seen them in God knows how long. A bunch of people are coming back from injury. Wan'Dale Robinson came back last week and scored. That was one of the leading receivers and got a touchdown out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Defense is still suffocating. I don't see what DraftKings sees here.
And then the Jaguars, you look at what they've done, and they just made Matt Ryan look like MVP caliber again. And then the week before that, they lost a game to the goddamn Texans, which I didn't think was possible. So, yeah, like either Vegas is drunk, which is, but I don't think that's the case because like this is across multiple drafting things,
Yeah.
or Vegas is onto something.
I don't,
They don't do this shit accidentally.
I don't see. I mean, I really don't see what's going on here. I mean, I don't know what the weather outlook's gonna be for that week, but even in the rain, the Jaguars haven't been good.
Yeah, I was about to say if it's the weather, then it's going to impact both teams. So it's not like it's the over under that we're confused about.
Yeah, well,
I don't know.
maybe the coin sees something because they are picking the Jaguars.
The coin is the coin is like figuring that something fucky is going on,
Mm-hmm.
and
All right,
I don't doubt them.
all right. Next game. The get your shit together game. Packers taking on the Commanders.
Yeah, the only problem is one of these teams is much better equipped to get their shit together. Maybe, possibly.
Yes, it's the
God, do I
Commanders.
dare?
It's the Commanders because Taylor Heineke is coming back.
Oh my God! Like, wait, are are we being? Did Carson Wentz get benched? Did,
Carson Wentz got hurt.
oh, yep, and oh, here it is. Ron Rivera names Taylor Heineke starting quarterback week 7.
You go get it, Heine.
Heineke. Okay, well, that's. Oh man, I can like if we thought like this just made Tom Grossi's live stream must watch television
Oh
because
yeah.
if the if we thought it was bad when the Packers lost to the Jets, what on earth are we going to say if they lose to the commies?
I have no clue, but I'm looking for if that happens. I cannot wait for the a Packers fan reacts to
Oh
week
my
7
oh my God,
because
7 billion views. It's going to make Baby Shark look like a re-uploaded video.
well, thankfully the coin has some common sense. They're picking the Packers.
Yeah, I'm picking the Packers too. Like I'm not that fucking crazy. Like okay, so right now, like the Commanders are still the team that looked like the worst team on the field in a game between the Bears and the Commanders.
And yet somehow
Like,
they won.
yeah, that's the best way to put it. Somehow they won. But yeah, I'm really hard pressed to take Washington, especially considering that Carson Wentz didn't seem like the that much of a problem. He's some of the problem, but he's not enough of the problem that him getting hurt and the backup coming in is going to solve those problems.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Next game, AFC South matchup. Possibly for I think this might be for the division lead. Colts taking on the Titans.
Yeah, I don't know where to go with this one. Like Tennessee's favored in this one, but I just don't know.
This
I don't know.
this is mid division. This really
It's
feels like mid division.
yeah, it's not even tank division. Tank division is at least kind of cool.
Yeah,
This is just mid.
yeah,
Mid
yeah,
as far as the eye can see.
yeah, yeah. You know the I was gonna say you know how like U tree brings out like the tank, but da 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 da. Like it's grandiose. No, this one's played on a kazoo. Yeah, pretty. Yeah, it's pretty much that.
Also, I'm pretty sure tank division this year is the NFC South.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm looking at the NFC South right now. The Falcons actually lead the NFC South in points scored.
How? Oh, right, because they get right because they blow leads.
the Falcons.
Yes. It's like I was
Yeah.
thinking, wait, how are they? Oh, right, because they keep blowing leads. That's why they have such high points
Mm-hmm.
for.
Mm-hmm. Right. Hang on, let me see something here. Oh yeah, they're sixth in the league in points scored,
Hmm.
and the Seahawks are seventh,
How are they seventh?
and the
Oh, right. Well, recently they feel like they've been seventh.
and the Browns are fifth. What is this season?
All right, that's better.
What year is it?
Not sure. I don't know. Titans are coming off a bye. I think they might get a slight advantage on this one.
Yeah, I could see it. Like I don't feel strongly one way or the other to this. It does have like the two most high profile running backs in the league right now.
Yeah, with
Like,
Taylor and Henry.
yeah. I'm not sure if I can call them the best ones anymore because it feels like there's a new crop of young, exciting running backs.
Mm-hmm. The coin has taken the Colts.
And I think I'm going to agree with the coin. I'm going to take the Colts. When in doubt, go with the coin.
Okay. All right, moving on to the 4 o'clock games. First up is the Texans and the Raiders.
Well, this is at least one of these teams has hope? Question mark?
Well, I mean,
Like,
after Easterby got fired.
oh, yeah, that's who I meant.
I thought you were talking about the Raiders.
I am talking about the Raiders, but like Easterby is with the Texans. Anyway, so also I'm looking at this. The Raiders have a 1-4 record and a point differential of only -5. So they've
Yeah.
like actually all of their wins have been kind of close, and their one win was it was a 2-score win against the
Right.
Broncos.
Yeah, and again, the game against the Chiefs was also really close.
Yeah, like they're 1-4, but if a couple things go the other way, they could be literally any combination of like 5 games.
Right. I mean, compared with like the Lions, I think the Raiders are technically the better 1-4 team.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm taking the Raiders, but like the Raiders are 7-point favorites against the Texans. I don't think the Raiders are capable of beating anybody by more than 7 points aside from the Broncos. And that has division rivalry implications. So,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe Texans +7 is a play.
We'll see. All right, moving on. Next game in the Mile High City, Jets taking on the Denver Broncos.
Okay, the freaking Vegas is drunk again. For some reason, Vegas does not like New York teams. Broncos, despite the fact that the Broncos have looked like, no joke, the worst team in the league this season. Like, I'm pretty sure a game between the Broncos and the Bears would open a wormhole. Like, but that being said, the Broncos are still 2-point favorites against the Jets.
I think I know why. It's because their defense is actually still sneakily good.
Oh yeah, the defense is still great, but like Russell Wilson went like what 3 for 14 in the second half and overtime in that game for like 15 yards, and also they still don't or they're still going to be without Javonte Williams for the rest of the season. Like that offense is broken.
Yeah.
Like it is beyond repair. Jerry Jeudy straight up looks like a bust. Like they're recycling a bunch of has-beens at running back and Melvin Gordon and Latavius Murray and just guys who have clearly flamed out, but they've got to put somebody back there.
Yeah. And meanwhile,
Like,
meanwhile on the Jets side, I think they might be good.
yeah. Oh, hello, Breece Hall. You just so happen to be the most exciting rookie running back in the league. Actually, I can't even say that because there's like freaking Damian Pierce and freaking Rashad. Wait, no, Rashad Penny. Kenneth Walker the third.
Right.
Like this year's running back class looks fucking good.
Yeah, they're looking the. I think we're getting the resurgence of the running back.
Yeah, freaking crazy. Like we might actually see a running back go in the first round next year.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I mean, I don't know who. Well, again, it'll all depend on who desperately needs it, and
Hmm.
we'll see. I mean,
Well, oh, okay. Well, coming out next year is Bijan Robinson, so he's more than likely going to be a first round pick.
yeah. But again, I'm just looking at. I mean, compared to like all the other teams, because Panthers, I don't think. I think it's going to come down to whether or not Panthers will trade away Christian McCaffrey.
Right.
Because they're the ones that are hurting the most. I mean, they already have they have Matt Corral. I mean, he's out for the season, but I guaranteed he's going to make starts next year.
Mm-hmm.
But they just need help overall. So hopefully, maybe the Panthers should stop spending their money on graphics and actually spend money on players.
Ooh, burn. Yeah, I'm looking at Tankathon right now and seeing their mock draft, and right now there's two running backs slated to go first round. Bijan Robinson from the Longhorns and Jameer Gibbs from Alabama.
Mm.
You always
Where?
got to have an Alabama running back go.
Question. If Stroud goes in, if Stroud's going, where's he projected to go? C.J. Stroud.
Oh, right now he's the number one overall pick, and he's going to Carolina.
Oh, don't go to Carolina. You already have Matt Corral. Keep him. Go to.
Matt Corral's a third round pick. Like he's not expected to be the savior of the team. He might like if he comes back. I don't know if he is on pace to come back at all this season, but if he comes back next year, like or by the end of the season makes a couple of starts and doesn't look awful, the Panthers might look in a different direction.
Fair enough.
But right now the Panthers, like it's weird. They still have DJ Moore. For the time being, they still have Christian McCaffrey, and they just drafted Charles Cross to be there. Or no, not Charles Cross. Ekamakwanu.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember which tackle they got, but they're starting to build up um, their offense. Like I feel like they need to get a few more weapons in there first before they decide on the quarterback. And maybe Matt Corral can be that stopgap, or maybe he's good. Who knows?
All right. But in any case, Coin's picking the Broncos.
Well, I think the coin also picked the Jaguars. So we're just gonna assume that the coin is very suspicious.
Maybe it's being influenced by Vegas.
Right. Yeah. So I'm taking the Jets. Is it too early? Is it too late to hop on the Jets bandwagon?
Well, give it a second. I mean, it's still early.
Because I kind of like this team.
They still have to go through. They still have to go through the Vikings. They still have to the 4 games against the Pats and the Bills, and we have to see. And at the end of the year, Seahawks could be sneaky, and also I'd like to see what they do up against a healthy Dolphins team at the end of the year.
Right. Yeah.
So again, pretty much every single game is winnable for the Jets, but I might be hopping back on the Jets bandwagon, but we'll see.
Woo, Jets bros.
All right. Moving on. Next game. West matchup. Chiefs taking on the 49ers.
All right. So 49ers, what do we know about them?
They hurting.
They hurting bad. They are hurting very bad. But like, hang on, let me see here. What did they do in the last game? They lost to the Falcons.
Yeah.
Garoppolo looked fine, but he threw 2 picks. Both of his touchdowns to Brandon Ayuk.
Yes.
Right. I believe he said that earlier.
Yep.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Something is drawing me to the 49ers.
Why? Because they're
I
home.
don't. They are at home. That is a good reason. But like, I don't know. I don't trust this Chiefs team. Like it's weird. Like I know that they have quality losses. Aside, well, although that freaking Colts loss looks better every time freaking uh um what's his face, Matt Ryan turns back into his normal self. But like they almost lost to the Raiders. Like they I don't know.
That,
Maybe it's just the upset in me wanting to see an upset happen.
I don't know. There is potential for the upset, but again, the Chiefs did lose to the best team uh, in football that is not the Eagles.
Right.
So and again, Kill still kept it close. Um,
Hmm.
there's still there again. Mahomes still magic at the end of the day, and I still see the Chiefs bringing some magic to the field. Calling the upset, calling for the favorite, the Chiefs.
Okay. No one would disagree with that.
Coin does.
Yeah, well,
All right,
coin agrees with me.
all right. Next game: Seahawks taking on the Chargers.
All right. At what point is the Seahawks golden horseshoe going to fall out of its ass?
Uh,
Like,
maybe when the Chargers be normal for once.
that's going to be a hard ask, but it might happen this week because, like, so it's not just Geno Smith. We have realized. I know it's crazy. Like, Geno Smith isn't the answer to all of the Seahawks' problems, but like he looked like ass against the Cardinals, and yet they still won pretty convincingly. Like
Yeah,
they held the Arizona offense completely out of the end zone. Like the what you call it? Arizona's only touchdown was off a fumble recovery by Chris Banjo. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, on which Matt Amendola missed the extra point of and
because
promptly got the boot.
because of course.
Well, I mean they're also getting Matt Prater back.
Okay. Um,
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the Chargers almost lost to the Broncos. And speaking of that game, what did you think about that overtime fair catch not penalty?
It's not a penalty. Like that's been a rule forever. Like I remember games where that exact same thing has happened, where a defender has pushed a blocker into the guy who calls for a fair catch and disrupts the catch. That's legal. That
Yeah.
has been legal for years. So
Mm.
like I know that Brandon Perna is salty about it and he has every right to be. It's a kind of dumb rule, but it's one of those rules that gets like brought up so rarely. Like it's so rarely an issue that I don't think they're ever going to change it.
Huh. All right. But yeah, see,
Also, the guy who won them this game, Dustin Hopkins, he uh, pulled like he's having hamstring problems, so that's not good.
yeah, he kicked how many field goals did he kick?
4.
4 field goals on a hamstring with a hamstring injury.
Yeah. And didn't he like say after the game, well, first off, through God, all things are possible, so jot that down.
He said, "I like to thank the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ."
If, like I haven't actually seen the clip, but from what it sounds like, he made a fucking Always Sunny reference during his post game interview. So if he did, he's a fucking legend.
Yeah, that's I'm gonna put that as like that's up. I'm not sure if that's up there with the Kurt Schilling bleeding sock game. The,
Right? That is up there.
but yeah, that's a testament to strength, kicking 40 some odd field goals with a fucking hamstring injury. Um,
Yeah.
In any case, I think the Seahawks will be sneaky. I think they'll come away with a win, and the Chargers will somehow charger it and be not normal once again.
You can't ever disregard the fact that the Chargers are gonna do Chargers things. So I actually like normally I don't get swayed by like like the opinions of my co-hosts, but I'm gonna bend on this one. I originally had the Chargers. I'm taking the Seahawks. Chargers gonna Charger.
All right, all right then. Well, okay. Coin has picked the Chargers though, but we'll
Ah,
see.
well, fuck. Is it too late to go back?
Yes.
Damn.
All right, next game. I think this might be the worst Sunday night game we're gonna have. Steelers taking on the Dolphins.
Depends. Depends on who's going to be starting at quarterback for both teams, really. Because the Dolphins are probably getting Tua back for this game. Mike McDaniel is saying Tua is preparing to start. So he might.
Yeah.
He's probably on track to start.
Oh my gosh, I completely forgot. This is the Brian Flores revenge game.
Oh, that's going to be spicy.
Oh my gosh, I completely forgot that. I forgot he's the DC, or he's on the defense.
Yeah, I think he's just the linebackers coach right now.
Okay, but oh my god.
Yeah. That is a saucy little nugget, but
I completely forgot about that. I forgot, is TJ Watt back, or is he still? How long is his injury?
Oh, TJ Watt's still probably a good ways out.
Darn, okay.
Yeah, that he's definitely not going to be a factor in this. Like, I'm pretty sure he's still on IR.
Yeah, just look at the injury list.
Yeah, IR. He underwent arthroscopic knee surgery like about a week and a half ago. So he's probably still quite a bit away. Which is especially concerning considering that his injury was a torn pec.
Yeah.
Why is he getting knee surgery? The bigger question though is whether or not Minkah Fitzpatrick will play because he's questionable.
Yeah, he did. Just looking at one of the Steelers sites, they did say. Just looking at what he said. Expect all those guys to show. Sutton, Fitzpatrick, Witherspoon. Had a couple guys that were in protocol, have not yet received final clearance, but there is anticipation that they will start.
Okay. And also, who's going to be starting at quarterback? Because Kenny Pickett is still going to be in concussion protocol, but he was cleared to practice fully on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Wait,
no,
today's Tuesday. Wait, no, today is Wednesday. No, today's Wednesday. Today's Tuesday. God dog it. I keep forgetting that because Dynamite's tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, still in concussion, but he will be in tomorrow's practice as a full participant.
Oh, okay. So that's talking about the future. Okay. I was about to say, how the fiddly fuck are they talking about Wednesday's practice when he wasn't injured then? But okay, so that makes sense. But yeah, so if this is going to be tricky, but if Tua's coming back, I like, especially considering the Dolphins had they've just been injury riddled lately. Like maybe not as injury riddled as like the Panthers, who are literally on their 4th and 5th string quarterbacks in week 6. Like technically, I guess if Baker's the 1, Darnold 2, Corral 3, PJ Walker 4, Eason 5.
Ugh.
That's tragic. But yeah, the freaking Dolphins, they were starting Skylar Thompson, but he got hurt, and then they had to go back to a already hobbled Teddy Bridgewater.
And they almost came back, if not for that late that fourth quarter interception.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, they were starting to make a comeback, but yeah, I don't know why the Dolphins went for 2 on their last touchdown they scored. Like they were down 14. They were down 24-10. They go for 2. Like Why? Why would you do that?
But in any case, the Steelers are still missing their pass rush. Again, I think they might have just got lucky against the Bucks, but I'm going Dolphins. If Tua comes back.
Yeah, I feel pretty confident in Tua coming back, and because of that, I think the Dolphins win.
On the other hand, Coin says Stall's got Super Bowl.
There's down the Super Bowl. I can't do that voice.
I can. I probably can, but I don't want to peak my mic.
Yeah. I've had a long week. I'm not like my voice is already kind of frazzled.
Yeah. And finally,
Hey, we decided to stall the worst game of the week for the freaking Monday night game instead of the Thursday night game.
Oh God, Bears Patriots.
Patriots are gonna win this by like 40, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Oh dear. I don't like that.
How they're not the largest spread is beyond me. They're 8-point favorites. That should be, like you said, take that and double it. They should be 16-point favorites.
Yeah, I don't think Vegas is like comfortable in giving Bailey Zappi a double-digit point spread yet, but I feel like that's also a pretty good bet to make. Because Bailey Zappi looks like the man. Like I'm not gonna crown him just yet, but like I'm polishing that crown, getting it engraved with his name on it. He fucking blanked the Lions. I know that he's not on their defense, but he still put up 29 points on them, and then just completely trounced the Browns.
Yeah. Yeah, the Patriots are coming back, man. I can't believe I'm saying this, but the Patriots are coming back, and I am terrified.
Fear it, run from it. It is inevitable.
Yeah, and it's so. The coin is officially given up. They are picking the Bears over the Patriots. They have lost all their savings.
And I can't wait for the coin to win this week and for us to be like, how? Oh wait, it's this season, and the season is taking many drugs. Teddy, name a drug.
It's taking all of the drugs.
Yeah.
Most likely bath salts.
Delicious.